afternoon, my craft friends. How are you all? Welcome to the channel. My name is Toni Darroch and this is the How to Craft Network Studios. Thanks for your patience there, guys. We were just getting it all sorted and pulling it together because as technology is technology, it never fails, does it? So if you don't know who I am, I'm Toni and this is the home of Stamps by me. Now, I have a big smile on my face today because most of you will already know, but we launched our brand on a UK TV shopping channel this week and we absolutely smashed it. And I don't actually think my feet are on the ground yet since I got back, although the throat is like 2 hours solid talking. It was a little bit closed this morning, so I do apologise if the voice is off slightly, but it hasn't affected my mind, it hasn't affected my smile, and it's not affecting my eating at all. So we have a lovely one-day special for you all today. It is 1 p.m. on a Friday, and it's an opportunity for either us to put some collections together where you can top up on your card blanks and envelopes, but we do try and bring you new every single time. We don't expect you to buy new all of the time and buy every single time, but if you like it, you love it, you know you'll use it, then you know where to come to get the lovely products. Now, I've only got one little new item today, and I did that for a specific reason, because I know that most of you, probably 80% of you or 90% of you will have purchased from Ideal World, because I know you all wanted it to be a success. So I thought, if I bring you a small item today, if you like it, it's not going to break the bank, rather than bring them in a two, because there was another one as well. But we've separated it, and I'm going to do this one first. This one is the Magnolia one. It's live today. Tim's looking at me as if to say, oh, geez. Oh, geez, what's going on? This is your Magnolia. Now, it's a little bit different, is this one, guys, in the sense that it's got your layering stencils and dies. So we've done layering stencils, die stamps. We do layering stencils, die stamps, embossing folders. But we always try and mix it up and keep you sort of like energized with your craft and keep you on your toes a little bit to get those different looks. Now, we do have a suite of lovely samples down here, and we do have some that have got like corner to corner, some that haven't used the die at all, so you get that lovely sort of artistic feel as well. So you can absolutely chop the designs up and make them your own. I do have a bunch here as well, and I'll go through the system. It's 9 pieces. You get the 2 dies, the matte and layer and the detail, and you also get the word just for you, which matte and layers on. And then you get your layering stencils. Now, these layering stencils are a little bit different. They don't give you like the watercolour finish, or they don't give you like the smooth finish. These give you like line art, which is quite cool. So it looks like a transparent overlay over another overlay to give you a really different look in your card making. So, and it's a big one as well. It's not a tiny little square, it's a big one as well. So let's just have a look at a few of these samples. I know lots of you bought it on early access this morning before we did go live. But if you like this one, 9 pieces, okay? Magnolia Dreams, and this one is 160824 Alpha. Traditionally $29.99, but as it's our one-day special today, it's down to $25.99. I know the poor voice is because all I do is talk, and I think I've sort of like, you know, with going to telly and things like that, I've not actually let my adrenaline come down properly from what's happened. So I feel like probably, I'm not poorly in any way, it's just the throat was closed this morning and the voice is gone. I do feel like I have a head cold maybe, but the changing weather, Tim's been like it for a few weeks now, so, but I'm not physically poorly, so you're good, guys, you're really good. So you can see there, and look at some of the stencils in the background. These are some of the background stencils with the splats and things like that from your other collections that you've purchased from us here. Look at that, that is just the white onto coloured cardstock. Now, the beautiful part about this Magnolia Dreams is the die is a standalone. And if you want to colour it and paint in between and then put another die cut on top and hide your makings, you can do that too. I absolutely love this set. It's super affordable, $25.99. You can scan the QR code on the screen as well if you want to. So I'll just give you the code again, 160824 Alpha. Today, $25.99. So if you've got your points and things like that, it's going to be an absolute steal. You get all those stencils, 2 large dies and the words as well, all for that price point today. 162 of you have that in your basket. That fills me with joy because It is really, really pretty, but I do know that some of you have budgets and have probably already spent, so that is wonderful. I am going to take this with me though, guys, because this is the one that I'm going to use. So moving down the counter, as you all know, the items on Ideal World actually sold out. They just disappeared, which is awesome. But I did say I'd keep a few back for myself. So here they are. If you missed it on Ideal World, these are the remnants of stock that we kept for ourselves. All I will say to you though, guys, is that if you purchase this stamp today, please know that we're not dispatching it until the exclusivity period has finished, which is Wednesday. It's not long to wait, it's Wednesday. But if you want to get it from us today, you can do that. So this is the Woodland Wildlife. Okay, because I feel like if you ordered from Ideal World, you should be getting those orders before you get them from me anyway. That's just a given, right? You're all supported in that way. So if you do order, it will be sent as from Wednesday with us here at Stamps by Me. So this one's Woodland Wildlife. It comes with the A5 stamp set, which has got that wolf, the trees, and then it comes with the 2 mask stencils, so the inner and the exterior. 11 pieces in total, and this one's $27.99, which is wonderful, right? So basically with this one, it works beautifully with the papers that I'm going to show you next, but it can be used as a standalone. So let me just pop some samples in that shot there, Tim, for you, rather than you have to move it, darling. There we go. So here's to more adventures together. So that is the mask and the trees stamped within that lovely mask there. We don't have a lot of these left, and it's this one's showing as limited stock already. The stock is what it is, and to be honest with you guys, the stock that I loaded for the States, I really didn't anticipate would sell like it did. We've got a real stronghold from the USA now, so the stock required for our friends in the States is way higher than it was before. So basically what's left is here. You do have the opportunity, obviously, you did have the opportunity to get it from Ideal World, so you do have more opportunity in the UK, but please do know that we do have friends in the States, and I also have to take care of those customers too. So that is stamped onto the paper there. Look at that. And these are the papers as well, and we'll move on to those in a second. Now, I would probably say if you love the paper, I do have paper as well if you want to top up. I know that lots of you topped up on the papers from Woodland Wildlife, from the first one with the bear. And I know that a ton of you bought the paper at Ideal World. So you bought the collection and then you went on and bought an extra paper pad. Well, obviously it's sold out now. So I have the paper pad here. So item number for this one, sorry, 030724 Alpha, $27.99 for that one. And then moving down here, we have the paper pad. This paper pad we did a little bit different. We always, although the concept is the same, we always try and change it up a little bit. So in this one, we ensured that you had some tags and toppers and things so you can see your designs through. You can stamp sentiments on them. You can put them onto gifts and presents and things like that. Okay, so this is Woodland Wildlife, the next chapter, 25 designs, 75 sheets, 200 GSM, totally uncoated. You will love our paper. So this is the pack here, but I do have mine here. So I'm going to show you mine. I'll just pop them on here like so. So it's just got like a variation of the larger designs into the smaller designs, okay? So you get your tags as well. And then you get your amazing sort of like, they're like postcard-esque, I would say. Let's just not go through them all, Tony. Let's just go through a few. So they're all a little bit mixed up because they are mine from TV and Yanis was showcasing them. But you can fussy cut them too if you wanted to. Add your own ink, take away the matte and layer. I don't suspect, now that everybody knows these are available, because lots of you, I know, visit the website all the time. Well, lots of you don't, so I'm showcasing these today in the hope that the people that said they wanted it, it's time to grab it now. I won't be ordering this again. We have a new one in the making with an owl stamp. It won't have owl papers though. It's got something a little bit different this time. So I'll just show you a few more here and then I'll show you some finished samples. You do have your sort of breaker elements in there as well, so it's not all picturesque. So the item number for this one is 03 excuse me, 030724 Bravo. Sorry about that, I just, nose has gone as well now. So moving on from that one, let's show you some samples. Now the samples are just wonderful with the papers. You do not have to use the stamps as well. You can just use the papers. Look at these, because you get the topper, the background. Simply stunning. I know, it's so pretty, isn't it, Denise? We need an eagle and, oh yeah, that'd be good, an eagle. I think that this sort of collection, this sort of theme that we've got going on here, it just ticks that gentleman's card box, doesn't it? And the sympathy card box, which we don't like doing. So to be able to have the go-to, but I do, oopsie daisy, I do think we need to do animals, but not in the autumnal colours, guys. I think maybe we need to get into some pinks, because we've done, last one were browns and blues. This one's browns and orange. So I feel like if we did some nice, a cute animal with some pink blossoms and things like maybe a bird. I know we're doing an owl, but maybe more feminine. What do we think to that? And this is just one of those papers with a vellum overlay. So you get all the paper pad 030724 Bravo 1999. Angela says, there's a whiskey liqueur called Glava and it's great for sore throats or a hot toddy. Hey, Tim said that, but Tim was up I was up at 3 a.m. My throat was so closed, I couldn't really take a breath and my nose was blocked, and he's like, I'll go and make some honey and lemon. So he made me some honey and lemon, and it actually helped quite a lot. I had 2, sat upright in bed. I promise you, though, if I have a whiskey, you'd have to carry me home because I don't actually drink, so I'm not sure if a whiskey's a good sketch. Not a good sketch at all. I'd probably get all hivey up. Right, moving down the counter, and I've put this in at a little cheeky special for you all. So if you want something different today, you can have a look at this one. So this is the Sunshine embossing folder. I do apologise, I don't have any samples for this one. I just simply could not find them. And this one is 6 by 6, and if I get an opportunity, I'll run it through my machine. But it is that half crest of that sunflower design on there. It looks beautiful, just half done on a piece of cardstock. You can see there from the grayscale design, all of that exquisite detail on there. Do it on black card and hit it with a white ink pad. It just pops from the page. Now, our embossing folders, these particular ones are normally £9.99. Today, I've done it at £5 for you all. So 01, 02, 23 Romeo. And that's a special offer today on that wonderful embossing folder. So, shall we move to the other side? Let's move to the other side and have some fun together, right? Off we go. And in she comes, look, in she comes. So these samples that I put out here, guys, are from the Bear. You know, the first collection that we launched. So if you're loving that collection, but you're thinking, oh, I'm not, the wolf really is not making me buy, then maybe in this first collection there is a bear. Maybe you might like that one. So let's have a look at this one here. So I've got some paper and card ready. It's so funny because, excuse me, I was trying to prep and I was like, and where's all my stuff? And then I realised that, again, more craft stuff is needed in this building because I took a trolley to Ideal World and I said to the girls, can I leave the trolley here so I haven't got to bring a die cutting machine, a glass mat? Can I leave it all with you? And she's like, yeah, of course you can. So I've left it all there. So I was like, where's my black ink pad? Where's this? Where's that? So you're gonna have to just bear with, and we're gonna have to work with what's here already. So let's do a little bit of a shout out. We've got Jill on, we've got Rolf. Yes, Rolf, I did save you one of the stamps and one of the papers, and I'll be in touch and we'll get that sorted for you Monday. Denise, Angela, Michelle, Caroline, Charlotte, poor Tony, lots of hugs. I know, I'm not poorly though, guys. It just sounds worse than it actually is. And I said to Tim, can we have a takeout tonight, please? Yeah, we can. I'm not poorly, but we have to play on it, right? Oh, I'm in a dance sack. It's funny because, you know, we all sit in the office together. I don't know if any of you remember, but Tim was like, Tim proofs all the artwork, so he checks for spelling mistakes, and he checks the artwork, make sure it's all like correct. The size of the artwork is what it says on the front cover, and the barcodes match, and the QR codes and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so Tim pulls up a paper pad and says to Phoebe, what would you call this paper pad? What's the sort of design on it? And Phoebe says, oh, it's kind of damask. And I just burst out laughing and said, Can you remember when I was on air on Create and Craft about 2 years ago and I went, oh, it's like Dansack design, you know, like that Dansack fan design. And nobody told me that. I'd said it like 2 or 3 times that I were actually talking about a curry. I was meant to be saying damask, but I was saying Dansack. What a pudding. And then Tim's like, do you want onions in that? I'm like, oh no. So I get ribbed for it quite often, guys. I do. So, some of the things I've said on air, honestly. What else have I said on air that's funny? What's in the box? What's in the box? Can you remember? So back in the day when it was just us in lockdown, if you remember, I've had a lot of new followers since then. I did a box. Excuse me. I did a box and I was going through the box and I went through the box about 3 times and then everybody's like, what's in the box? I'm like, oh, I'll go through it again because if you've joined late, I'll go through the box again. And then I'd look up and somebody else would go, sorry, I missed that. What was in the box? So I'd go through it again to the point that it was actually not me. Everybody was just pulling my leg to see how many times I would just like quite kindly go through this. Oh, I'll show you again. And then I get, what's in the box? So I'd go through it again and everybody's like, so now it's a standing joke, like when we talk about boxes and things like that, it's like everybody goes, what's in the box? And I'll go, absolutely not. I'm not showing you what's in the box. You can all get lost. What's in the box? Yeah, so if you ever see a comic with what's in the box, it's people winding me up. So I'm just going to get some blending brushes here. Here we go, and I'm going to have to get some tissue for the old Sid Snot. I remember the box story, I know, Marilyn. I think you're all feeling quite harsh now that I'm not very well, and I've got poorly nose. Now that I'm not feeling great, you're all feeling sorry for me now by pulling my leg saying what was in the box, aren't you? I just had to blow my nose there and I didn't want to blast you all through your living rooms. So let's have a look on Facebook. I ain't even got my glasses on as well. I can't see through my eyes. Natalie, Joe, Renee. I can't see the comments though. Will the Wolves come to HSN soon? So Renee, great question. They're not on HSN as it stands, and I have pitched it into HSN. However, it's not ticking their particular box for their particular customer, I'm told. So, but what I do is, even though things don't get picked, I continue to pitch. And I continue to pitch to get them on .com as well. So they might be, but I can't say for sure. But if you want to shop with us, you can absolutely shop with us. We have some great deals. If you go to the howtocraftnetwork.com. We have great deals for across the pond as well. All right, I'm just going to get, because I've got some new brushes here, because I've taken my other ones to Ideal. So I'll just open this here. And what we're going to do is, as you can see from the samples, they create the most beautiful, like, Magnolia tile, should we say, that square formation of tile. And you can do smaller cards with them as well, which is cool, right? But I quite like the idea of chopping into it and making it my own unique design, which, you know, it's just thinking outside the box and trying to do something a little bit more than what it actually says on the tin. Denise, what's in the box? It's a good job I don't have a box today, Denise. So, I don't know, darling. So, let's have a little run through what's in the box. What's in the packet? Cheeky, cheeky. Let me just get them out of the cellar bags for you. So, I'm just going to open this. So let's have a look at size-wise as well, because I know a lot of you like to know the size. Alison's got poorly nose as well. Adele as well. Adele's been super poorly. Tim's had, like, a chesty cough for, like, 3 weeks. So it's finally caught up with me. So here's the words, just for you. And this one is 2.5 inch tall. 2.5 inch tall and 1.5 inch wide. The stencils are 5x5, so you can create a lovely 5x5 tiled card. And the die, I think, will probably be very similar. Just under 5, and the outline should be 5. Yeah, so it's a 5x5 tile when complete and built together, okay? Denise, yeah, I did. Denise is saying, I noticed you had a squeaky clean Eureka. I did. I totally tripped myself. I did. I thought, you know, I need to impress everybody. So you guys know me so well. You always see as well, which is so funny. You always know when I've done something or I'm being cheeky, or it's so funny. So funny. Right, so the stencil system, follow the numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's go with number 1. I'm going to do 2 at the same time. I'm just lining it up with the edge of the card here. And the only colours that I have to hand are these ones. So they're what I'm going to be working with. I'm going to go Fandango. Let's go Heather first, because that's a lighter colour, right? So Heather first. So line it up. And then start from the, I like to start from the edge and work out, but it is totally up to you. Blend, blend, blend. So it's a little bit darker on the exterior. So you get sort of this looks to start with, and then we'll just do it on here too. So we're doing 2 at the same. You've got all your stash out. If you're making 1 card, make 3. I'm going to do 2 inch show here. So I'm hoping to create a bigger card than a 5x5, but of course you can keep it as tiny or as large as you want to. And don't forget, last time I had something similar to this on air, I did the spray technique, you know, where we sprayed between the layers and give it that sort of artistic type style feel. You can totally do that with this too. There we go. So that's quite cool, isn't it? So let's get rid of number 1 and let's get number 2. I do like the Heather as well. It's a really unique colour. Actually, I think Heather's one of our best sellers. So I'm going to go next with Fandango. I knew it would go down a storm, did Renee, with the US customers. Yeah, a little bit different, isn't it? But again, because I'm not new on HTCN now, I've been there over 3 years, but I feel like because we're so different to what HTCN are used to, I'm sort of like having to try and educate them that I know you're telling me that the customer loves X, but I am bringing something different to the table. So I'm trying to educate the customer to try something new. I'm trying to educate them to try Y, if that makes sense, because it can all craft can blend into one, I feel, and I don't want to be like everyone else. So, oh, look at that. So we've got a lovely shade of Fandango in there too. So I'm doing 2 at the same here, guys. Just line the stencil, but you can ink through the hearts as well. Don't forget that. Good afternoon, says Teresa. Good afternoon, sweetheart. Great to decoupage too, yeah. Let me just blow my nose again, guys. Sorry. Can you just mute it, Tim? Thank you. So I'll just keep going. So it's like a bit of a pinky grayscale type style flower going on. Play around with your colour, guys. Just have fun with it. That's what it's all about, I guess. So then we've got number 2. So let's get rid of number 2. And then number 3. Shall we go with a teal this time? I guess, let's have a look. I guess I'll be missing this one if HTCN does not get it. You can get it from us, but I understand if you don't want to shop from the UK, but it is available from us, darling. Yeah, you can follow the QR code and it's super duper easy. So now I'm going over with a tealy colour, which is going to obviously create that purpley hue. These are all colours that you probably wouldn't normally put together, but you know, this is all we've got right now, so we're going with it. Be able to see the difference when I take this off, because we've got one here for sort of like a demonstration. I'm not going to go too hard because we've got a few more layers to go. Nice. I love how you get the layered effect. It's completely different. You know, we have to bring you something different. It's all good and well bringing you a concept, but yeah, the concept can't be the same for everyone. It gets boring. So try and give you some different looks as well. Somebody's got, let's have a look. Julie says, my next door neighbour's magnolia is about to flower. Oh, I love magnolias. We have a cute one in our garden as well. So we've got number 2, 3, and then the next one. Gorgeous colour blend. It's not by putting it together wisely or picking. It's just because I can't take credit for it, I guess. I'll just pop this up here. I'll use the same colour and get that darker layer on there. Hey, you will laugh, guys. So today, Tom has a hockey match. Not that he does enough sport already, but today he's been picked for the hockey team too, because he just loves his sport, as you all know. And I've allowed him to take his phone to school, because I promised him when he wanted a phone when he was like 6 or 7, I was like, absolutely not, sunshine. You can have one when you're 10. Well, obviously he got to 10 and he looked at me starry-eyed and I still wasn't ready for him to have a phone. But because I'd promised, so we've got sort of like a phone. It's obviously got restrictions on it and things, can't go on internet or anything like that. But today he's taken his phone to school so he can text me when he's on the bus home, so I'm not sat in school for hours. And did he walk into school like he was 17 today because he'd got a phone in his bag? Shall I put it in my front pocket, Mummy? Shall I put it in the back pocket? Where do you want me to put it, Mummy? Do I need to tell school that I've got a phone in my bag, Mummy? Do you think it's definitely on silent, isn't it, Mummy? I promise you, Mummy, I won't touch it in school. You know, I know you've let me have my phone in school. I promise you I won't do anything that I'm not supposed to do. It's like, so I've been checking my phone to see if he's text or anything. So I thought, if he's got his phone, he's probably going to send me or Tim a cheeky text saying, Mummy, I love you. Because I know what it's like, but he hasn't as of yet, which tells me he hasn't actually touched the phone yet, which is wonderful, right, guys? Absolutely wonderful. But I was thinking to myself, when he walks into school, he's going to be like, I'm a teenager. I have got a phone in my bag. Like, everybody's going to know he's got a phone in his bag. Oh, so funny. Kids are just so funny, aren't they? So funny. So we've done our ink blending there and we've done 2. Now, this is where sort of the dye comes into play, okay? You do have another one, which is sort of like a backgroundy dye, and it does the centre. But I feel like because I'm going to use the dye, I don't really want to use this because I'm going to cut it out and I'm just going to use the flower part of it. Mind you, this does have leaves. No, let's do it. Let's do it, just in case. Let's just stick with the colour that we've been using, though, which is the teal. No, let's go purple. Let's just change it up. because I don't think I'm going to use this, but I guess it's easier to put it on, and then if it cuts it away and I don't want it, that's okay too. So let's just get this colour in the background here. And it's the world's biggest phone as well, guys, because it's one of I think it might be Tim's actually, one of Tim's old, like the iPhones, you know, when they first came out and they were like a brick. So funny. Too cool for school. So I've got that detail in the back there. I'll do it on this one too. Just pop this around here. He's growing up so fast, as you all know. You see him in pictures and things like that and doing silly TikToks with me, and it's just wonderful to see. I wish I could pause the time. So I've got that lovely shade of purple in the back there. So there we've got sort of a nice bit of detail on there. So when you die cut your sort of detail on here, black, white, gold, silver, you're going to get that lovely frame out. So I'm just going to go with the white. Get rid of these. So let's grab some white cardstock. Excuse me. I've just got just grab some more white here. Oh, there's so much cardstock under here. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. This'll do. Oh. Keep going, shall I? There we go. Now, will that fit on there actually? Yep, it'll fit on there. So I'll just cut this in half and we'll cut this twice. So I have my 5x7 machine here because my A4 one is now at TV. Isn't it wonderful to be back on TV? So I'm just going to get my plates. Pop this on here like so. I'll just show you there. And then we'll run this one through. They do grow up so fast, Angela. Tommy's growing up. He did feel like a teenager, Denise. Elizabeth says she marks her stencils with a Sharpie pen so she can see it easier. Yeah, it is sometimes problematic to see because I sometimes can't see them. They are very lightly etched onto the stencil. I guess they have to be lightly etched so it doesn't go through the stencil. But yeah, it's a great shout. Or maybe if you get some gilding wax and rub it into the grooves, you'll have like a gold number. So I need to do two, so I'm just going to pull this out here. Just show you. Super quick. And it'll just pop out the die like so. And you just pop all of the pieces out. This is just beautiful white on white for a sympathy card too. So let's just pop, you see that there? So we'll just do another one. Just pop that to the side. And then let's put the next one. I'll run this one through. What's happened to weather as well? Like that wind today again and yesterday. The wind. It's like, did it not pick up and get to like 13 degrees and we're all like starting to get... You should never get giddy about summer, guys, because as soon as we have a bit of sunshine, we start to think it's here. And then just have a big letdown with the wind that literally could turn your knees into icicles. Okay, if you have to go, it's fine. I'll see you all later. Maybe. You're still on YouTube, though? Yeah. Okay. I keep saying it, don't I, guys? But look at my cedar rose bracelets. They're so strong with the connection that they hold my dies. It's crazy. It's so good. I need to create a tool, don't I? I need to create a magnetic tool. Excuse me. And then you pop out all the pieces. But whilst I'm just doing this, guys, that's all right. I'll show that technique on another time. There's so many techniques coming to me now, but just stick to the technique you're trying to show first, Toni. Let's not get giddy. Giddy kipper. Right, so when you sort of like overlay, now if you have gold mirror board and things like that, it looks totally cool. But when you start to overlay, this is sort of like the looks that you can achieve. Just wonderful, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, she says tape. I would like to glue, but it doesn't look like I've got any glue at present. So also you get the die as well. So you can stick this on here and then you can cut this and you have a nice matte layer. And you could also do like a shaped square card because it's got that sort of like chamfered edge to stop it from being round as well. So let's stick this on here. I am using a tape pen, you use glue. Tom, Tim, could you just mute? I need to blow my nose. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that. I just don't want to blow my nose because I know it can come down the microphone and knock your socks off. So, is that done now? Is that out? Let's get another one. So I'm just going to stick this on here. And then I'm just going to bring this one in as well and stick this one on here. Really makes it pop. I know, can you imagine it with your sparkles and your glitters? I mean, I'm just using the colours. I'll get Tim to hand me the samples back in a second and we'll have a look at samples from Design Team because they are really nice. So I'm just going to roughly, I mean, you can use your die. I'm just going to cut this away quite quick because I'm not going to use it in the way that that it looks like it's going to be used. So I'm just cutting away the excess. So I've got two now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in so I have a bigger square card here. Now this is the beauty of things. You could actually do two tiles, you know, mix and match. Oh my goodness me, 243 have this in their basket. Get checked out, guys. You only pay 1p&p, just make sure you get it. So then what I'm going to do is this lovely exterior one, I'm going to cut through just on a nice piece of white. Hopefully I've got some card. Yep. And because I like this, because it's got those curved corners, I'm just going to let's run this one through. I'll just run this one through, move everything over. So now we have, look, minus the marks. But now we have this. But a cool technique for you all, guys, is very quickly, if you get like, we could do black. I think black is a little bit harsh for our pretty flowers though, because they're quite light. Just 1 second, let me just see if I've got a piece of paper under here that would complement it rather than black. Black's a little bit harsh. Grey would, let's try, I've got a grey card. We'll use grey because the grey, the flower with the tones of blue will look cool. So I've just got a card blank here, guys. You can use whatever you've got in your stash. And I'm going to cut another one and just show you a little bit of a technique that I like to do sometimes. Also, what we could do as well is we could use this for our sentiment. So let's run this one through. So I've cut it twice, one in white and one in the grey. Watching me, you forgot to check out. So now we have a grey one and a white one. Okay, I'll show you a technique in this in a second. Whilst I've got my plates out, let's do the sentiment, because the sentiment's so pretty. And if you notice as well, it's sort of like in a rectangular formation, which complements a square. So when we design, if this had been rectangular, we would have probably done a square sentiment, just so you've got balance on your cards. So let's do grey and white, or white and grey. Let's do grey outline and a white and white words. I like white. I think it looks really clean. So I'll put them both on here. I'll run this one through. Just move that out of the way. It's 5 by 5, Denise. Thank you, Carol. Thanks, Amanda. You can create a lovely shaped card. Just like a 5 by 5 tile is nice. So we have our words, then we have our outline. Let's get rid of those. I'm going to stick this on here. Yep, got the wrong one. So what it does is, the die, we do a lot of these types of sentiments. You don't get the matte and layered, you just get the colour come through the centre, which is really pretty. So then what we're going to do now is let's create our card. Now, the reason why I cut two is if you do it like this, you get like a nice drop shadow. So instead of the full matte and layer, it's nice sometimes just to get a drop shadow in. So if you sort of like stick one on top of the other and you popped it down, you have like a shadow on the matte and layer, which I really love. So just a bit of food for thought, rather than the full matte and layer, maybe just do the drop shadow. Totally up to you, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in here, I'm going to possibly have my drop shadow on there. Let's stick this together. So top and bottom. And also as well, sorry, before I stick it out, there's other cool ways to get sort of like a matte and layer with a bit of a cheat with the same size dies. If you cut from corner to corner, you obviously, in fact, let me show you. Drop shadows are brilliant, right? But if you do this sort of technique as well, you only get a little bit of a gap. So it's a good hack. Some of you may use it, some of you may not. But if you cut from corner to corner, like so. And then if you get your matten layer that you've just done, and then you do the corner like so, so you only miss a little bit of corner to corner, and I'm going to cover that as well. So I have got nice matten layer now, so I'm just going to pull this up here. Another little cheeky. I like the drop shadow personally, but of course I've created an old matten layer now. Yes, the corners are missing, but I'm going to cover it with flowers anyway, so that's why I've just shown you that one. You see now? So let's get our pad on here. I'm just going to get some pads. These little shortcuts really help, I find, in craft. You could do it totally flat too. I have to have it raised. I like the drop shadow, Connie, I do, yeah. Just makes your card a little bit different, doesn't it? I'll just pull the back off here like so. And we'll put this onto our card. So this is, I'm going to use it as a top folding, but we can use it as a side fold. Do you know, it's funny because I was talking about this with Tim. I always use top folding note cards, right? I never thought about the side ones, unless you use mine. The side ones are brilliant too. But somebody left a really rubbish review saying if she'd have known that there were top folding note cards instead of side fold note cards, this should have been mentioned on air. I never even gave it a thought, guys. Just thought, does it matter? But now I've got that feedback, it obviously does matter. People like to make a certain card. So that's why I've just told you that that's a top folding, just in case anybody's like, learning every day, you see. I'll just pop this on here. And now we've got our centre, make sure it's straight. And then we're going to utilise this and we're going to cut into it. So, here we go. First of all, let me think about how do I want it to look? Don't forget to check out. Okay, Tim's saying lots of you are checking out now, so don't forget to check out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide how I want my flowers to look. So I've got two. So whichever way I cut into them. So first of all, let's cut this away from this frame here. I will keep some of it. I'm not going to keep it all. Let's just see how it looks so far. Oh, decisions. What? Decisions. Right, let's go. I don't want to cut into it now. I've done all that hard work and now I don't want to cut into it. Oh. Oh, decision. It's like, Tony, stop faffing. Just get on with it. Oh. Let me just show you a card where it's just over two corners. And then if I do an extravagant one, you at least know you can scale it back if you want to. So this one is just without the frame. I'm trying to incorporate the frame though. So this one is done by Elaine. So you can see how it's just corner to corner. Can you see? I'm trying to not copy Elaine. I'm trying to keep the frame in the design like that piece there. And then maybe cut away here. So I'm going to go, let's do that, and let's take away from here round, okay? Trying to keep that sort of like, keep this nice frame on the card too, so it sort of frames. Does that make sense? So I don't want to copy. Trying not to copy. Let's go all the way around there. Let's skip that piece. You see now? So I have a pretty corner. And then with this one, let's do the same. Let's cut. Let's cut this piece away. That's, we have to be really careful, won't we? Actually, if they overlay, you know, it's not the end of the world. We could overlay in the centre and put the sentiment in the centre, but then it's looking a little bit boring. If we pull this one back a little bit, do you not, is this what craft is all about? This makes me very happy, guys. I love playing. And at the end of the day, it is only a piece of card. If it don't work, what, you know, we'll put it in bin and do something else, won't we? So this one, I'm actually cutting away the frame at the top. And I might have to cut away the frame at the bottom as well, if I'm honest. We'll have to see. But what you could do, oh, I've just had another idea, guys, because I'm on form today, as you can see, despite the voice, is you could, if this had been smaller, you could have one underneath and one on top. So this piece went underneath, so you could just see it from the underside. And this could do, yeah, that's right. Look at you all getting giddy now, listening to me. And then I think I'm going to cut just this part away here. So let's just cut away here. Like so, but because I've now got a little bit of a corner as well, no, it's not working. I do like that up there. I'm going to stick it in place, guys, because I'll stand and faff all day. So I'm just going to put the pads up in the corner here, because I don't need pads on here because it'll be the same level then. So like so in the corner there, and then I'd have left that frame on, we could have done it straight across the top and put the sentiment there, but it's too late now, I've cut it up. So let's just pop this down by the bottom. Faffing is part of the fun. No. I feel like I'm not balanced though because of all this white space. Put them both into play there. And then let's just grab our sentiment. Is that okay? What do we think to that? Do you know what as well though, guys? With this here, you know what we could do to fill that little void is we could take this stencil and we could just add a touch of colour just to get rid of that white space with, let's get the correct brush. Get some teal. Let's get rid of the excess on there. Just mimic some of these leaves in here, look. Now we just get rid of that awful, awkward white space. very light brush I'm doing here, guys. Don't want it to be like powerful. Just want to get rid of that white space. Possibly just take a touch onto that little corner. Some of the best cards are made from these types of things, aren't they? So then with this, we'll just pop this on straight. Could actually go, I suppose. I'll go up here because that's where I said. So there we go. Now, I probably would take the frame off that because there's not a frame on there, or try and mimic the frame on there so it matches up there. But that's just a little hack to get rid of any white spaces on your cards if you're thinking it's looking a little bit lost. Now, I could actually take the next stencil as well and just make it a little bit more 3D, go over the top, so you've got sort of like the detail mimicked in that plain white side. So what do we think to that? It's not bad effort, that, is it, guys? Trying to use them in a different way, and I'll show you some of the cards the design team have made, so you can get a true feel of actually, if you follow step by step, what they actually can look like, because the cards are absolutely beautiful. So that's the one that I showed you there. But if you just use the die and just colour it up and pop it on some of your lovely vintage papers that you've all got. Just beautiful, right? Use the things, or just use the stencils and spray. Again, on background, sprayed with the, and that's got a vellum piece down the centre there. That is exactly how it would be if you just followed the stencil system and the die. That is a beautiful card, simple, sometimes the simplest of cards. I think this one has to be my favourite because I just love the colour, and I love how the stencils mimic the lines. And then another one without the exterior, and then just like a yellowy gold, and that's with, I think that's got gold on there as well. Onto patterned paper, and then sprayed with water underneath, and then put on top. Really, really lovely, right? So item number for this one is 160824 Alpha. Now the stamp, the wool stamp, is limited stock, okay? And like I say, if you've already got it, well done. But if you are sitting on the fence, I won't be ordering it again, guys. We're going to move on and do the next designs in the collection. And don't forget that amazing 3D embossing. In fact, have I got time to run that embossing folder through, Tim? Yeah, I'll just run the embossing folder through because we did start late. So I'll just, in fact, can I get that one through this machine? I think I can. If I can't, I'll have to do it in a Monday show. 1 second, I think I can. I thought I could. I'm just going to show you the £5 embossing folder. Excuse me. Just get some white card. Just got this off cut here. Let's just pop this in here. I'm saying that's not quite big enough. I need a bigger piece. Let's do it on the grey. Denise is so happy she's got her wolf collection. I bet you are, darling. So I'm just going to run this one through on the grey, because that's what I've got to hand, really. So I'll just take that, and then it is... Excuse me. You're very welcome, Carol. So let's show you this one then. Excuse me, so bad. So it sort of like mix the half sunflower. You could put a sentiment at the top. You could hit it with your white ink, hit it with a coloured ink if you want to, your black ink. Just leave it be. It's just a beautiful signature embossing folder that puts dimension in the background. Little to no effort with that one, guys. And let's have a look at the deboss. You get a wonderful deboss on there too. It looks like parchment actually, doesn't it? Really, really pretty. So this is £5 today as well if you want to add that one to your basket. Item number 010223 Romeo. So that is the end of our show today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope you've enjoyed that demo where we were just actually going for it and just having fun. In the hope that you will probably do the same when you get home. Of course, you can mimic the samples the design team have made, but we do try and show you alternative ways to use our products and be creative with them as well. It looks huge, says Connor. It's a 6 by, let me just tell you, darling. It's a 6 by 6 embossing folder, and the actual flower itself is 5. So it's 5 across, 5-inch wide is the flower. So you've got ½ inch each side. And if you fussy cut around it, you can put tags and things inside. It's really nice. So have a great weekend, guys. We're going to be busy ourselves. We've still got a lot to catch up on. And I hope you all get your orders as well from Ideal World any day soon as well. Please do know that if you do order the Wolf and the paper collection, we can't dispatch until Wednesday. So whatever you're doing, have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay cozy, and I will speak to you all later. I'll see you all on Monday for Mighty Monday at 1 p.m. See you all later, guys. Take care. Bye.